everybody, it's Molly and today I'm going to be filming a new video. So before I get started, I just want to apologize for the second hiatus that I've had on this channel. Great start to a YouTube career. But March was just a really stressful month for me and I had a lot of personal stuff going on, and then I got really sick and I just kind of slept for a week. So I wasn't really able to do as much reading as I wanted to. Unfortunately, I only got through 2 books in March, which is a big yikes, but I have some good stuff planned for April, so this video is just going to be going over my March favorites as well as my current reading plans for April. So I hope you guys are excited, and again, I'm really sorry that it took me so long to come out with this video, but I hope you guys are ready for more to come. So thanks so much for watching, and let's just get right into it. The first book that I read in March was The Case for Jamie by Brittany Cavallaro. This is the third and final book in the Charlotte Holmes series. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So this one follows Jamie a year after the death of August Moriarty and Charlotte just kind of leaving him, and no one really knows where she went, and he's just kind of dealing with not having Charlotte around as well as PTSD from everything that he's been through in the series, and he just kind of gets wrapped back up into the mystery again, and he can never really escape it, and we follow him and Charlotte again. Charlotte has her own perspective in this book, and that's half of the story is told from her perspective, and I really loved that addition just because the majority of the books have been written from Jamie's perspective in the past. So we follow how they kind of reconcile even though they're both not really ready to, and they just have to come together to solve the mystery as usual. So I really loved this book. However, I'm not a huge fan of time jumps, and this book takes place a year after the events of the last one, so I wasn't that big of a fan of that, but I do think that Brittany wrote it really well, and I still loved reading about these characters, and I'm always going to love these characters. I especially love the way that the story ended. Charlotte and Jamie didn't really fully reconcile, and I don't think they're ever really going to be in the same place that they once were, and I think that's really important to show that kind of character development and how they kind of have to work with one another to become friends, or maybe more, who knows, but I really loved this book. I think it was a great way to end the story. Even though it wasn't my favorite book in the novel, I still really love the series. The second book that I read in March is A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, and if you could see the size of this book, it's like the size of my head. It's over 600 pages. It's huge, and that's why it took me so long to read and why I only read 2 books in March. In this final installment in the Darker Shades of Magic series, we follow Lila and Kel and Alucard and Rye and all of these amazing characters as they basically need to save Red London from being taken over by an evil dark shadow king, and they need to travel all across the world to kind of find the stuff they need. This one very much feels like a pirate story again, which is something that I really liked in the second one, and I just really loved this a lot. So I think this book especially went into Rye's character a lot more, and I loved the development that he had, and I love all the characters. So this was just a great way to end the story. Darker Shades of Magic is just an amazing, amazing fantasy series. This series is very much a mix between a YA and adult, and I really, really enjoyed that. This is the first book that I've ever really read that made me want to like take my time with it and like savor it. So I literally only read like 50 pages a night, which means it took me forever to read this just because I never wanted it to end, and I just love it a lot. This book was so good because we also got to hear from all of the characters' perspectives essentially, and that's something that Victoria kind of added on in this book, and I really loved that. In each book she kind of brings in more and more character perspectives, but here we also got to follow the antagonist and the villain, and I loved that, and his sections were always very poetic and lyrical, and I thought that was really interesting. So I just can really appreciate all the time and effort and the work and like the beautiful writing of this story. And now that it's over, I'm really, really sad because this is just so good. Okay, so to get into my favorites, I just want to say this jacket. I love it. I wear a lot of Hawaiian shirts, which you guys will soon see as I do more and more videos. I have way too many, and my mom found this jacket and she made me get it, and I'm really happy she did because I love it a lot. It's kind of noisy. So hopefully this video isn't super annoying and has a lot of weird swishy sounds. So some other favorites of mine in March includes this new little camera I got. So currently I am filming this on a Canon EOS Rebel, and so I got a cute little Fujifilm Instamax Mini 9 and I love it a lot. I think it's so cute. I have the smoky gray color. I'm trying to find like a really good bag that I can keep this in, as well as like all of the film that I got, because it's a little Polaroid camera and the pictures come out here, and I just love it a lot. I think it's really cute and I just love it. I love the little sound it makes when you turn it on. So I think it's really cute. I'm really excited to use this. My current plan is to like hang up all my Polaroids on a little board in college, and I'm just really excited. It's really aesthetic and I love it. And then of course, Project Runway was another favorite of mine. Always will be a favorite. I just rewatched another season and just casually, and it's fine. I love that show. I'm always watching Project Runway, and I don't really need to talk about it anymore on this channel because most likely I'm always rewatching Project Runway. To go into my plans for April, I'm currently rereading the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefvater because I'm just feeling really nostalgic right now, and with school kind of winding down, I feel like I have a little more time to reread books that I've wanted to read. So hopefully I'm going to be able to like reread this entire series. These books are like not super long, so I should be able to do it, and I'm on page like 109 right now. So I love it a lot. I love this series. I already talked about that in my all-time favorite series video, so I'm not going to go too much into what this book is about, but I am just really excited to kind of just fall back in love with these characters because this is the first time I'm actually reading them in like a physical copy. I have them all on my Kindle and I read them on my laptop, but I'm just really happy that I have physical copies and I'm able to read it like a real normal person should. So I love this series. I'm excited to reread it. And then I'm also going to be reading, hopefully this month, Vicious by V.E. Schwab because, like I said earlier, I loved A Darker Shade of Magic and I'm really excited to read more books from her. And I also learned that Victoria Schwab, who writes these books under the pseudonym V.E. Schwab, if it's V.E. Schwab, then it's more of like an adult series, and then her other series are under the name Victoria Schwab, which I think is a really great way to like differentiate your genre. So I'm definitely going to be looking for more of her books that are under V.E. Schwab, so I'm just really excited to read this book. I talked more about this in the haul video that I recently did, so I'm not going to go too much into what it's about because I don't really know that much about it. All I know is that Victor and Eli are in this book and they start out as college roommates and friends, and then they get superpowers and then they hate each other, and we follow them as college students and them as adults, and I love that. They're both villains. I'm just very excited to finally get to read this book series because I loved the style of A Darker Shade of Magic, so I have a feeling I'm definitely going to really love this book as well. So hopefully I get to that also in April. So this is supposed to be a shorter video for you guys, just a little bit of an update, so hopefully you guys are going to continue watching my videos. Again, I need to apologize sincerely for how long it's been between updates, but I'm just really excited to keep making videos to kind of plan my stuff out a little bit more. And I hope you guys are also excited to see what I have in store. So I will be coming out with a new video next Saturday. That is when I release all my videos. So make sure you subscribe to my channel to keep up with all my videos. Like this video if you want to see more update videos about my life, and then make sure you also comment down below some of your favorite books as well as what books you're planning to read this April. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great one. Hey guys, so I know it's the end of the video right now, but I'm doing a little vloggy vlog on my phone because I just realized that I forgot to mention some important stuff from March, and I also forgot another one of my favorites that I'm just kind of like loving at the beginning of April, and that is one. We got Love, Simon, which came out in March, which is an amazing movie. As a huge fan of the book, I think that it's a great adaptation. I think some important parts were definitely changed, and there were a few things that I wasn't a super huge fan of that they changed, but I still think that this is such an important movie. I think the music is great. I think the actors are great. I still think everyone needs to go see it like 4 times and really just support other movies like this so we can see more of these LGBTQ plus stories in mainstream media, just because I think that's so important. And I just loved Love, Simon because of that. Again, huge fan of the books. I'm just really excited to have seen another interpretation of that story, and I truly hope that Greg Berlanti continues to make movies out of Becky Albertalli's books, just because I feel like that would be so great. There's nothing currently confirmed if she's going to be making a movie for Upside of Unrequited or Leah on the Offbeat, but I do think those would be 2 great projects to do in the future and think about. And another thing I am currently loving is the second season of a series of Unfortunate Events on Netflix, which is honestly just an amazing original series, and I love all of the kids on that show. They are all so good. Sunny is so funny, even though Sunny like does not speak at all. It's fine. I, however, did not read these books when I was younger, and I really want to now, but like I'm like 2/3 done with like the whole show because there's only gonna be a 3rd season, I believe. So I don't know, it might be a little too late, but hopefully if I get time this upcoming summer, I'll be able to pick those up and read that series really quickly. But that show has just been amazing. I don't really know anyone who's read the books and seen the show, so I can't speak on whether it's a accurate adaptation, but I have heard that a lot of people love it, but like not just myself. So I definitely think you guys should check that show out. And yeah, so just wanted to make sure I didn't forget those things in this video. So I hope you enjoyed this little like vlog. I don't really know what to call this little ending, but I really had to include it.